Welcome to Making a Masterpiece, and today we are in for a treat. If you are wondering how to live an extraordinary life, this episode is for you. I am here currently in my hometown, Cebu City, Philippines, and we are talking to founder and president of GIED, a volunteering nonprofit organization, and she will unpack to us what it means to live a life of significance and a life of selfless service, and how this can help you succeed as an entrepreneur in whatever field you're in. My name is Norbert Elnar, and this is Making a Masterpiece.
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Making a Masterpiece. I am your host, Norbert Elnar, and today we are joined with a very special person from the Queen City of the South, my hometown, Cebu. We are talking to the founder and president of the Global Initiative for Exchange and Development Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that champions international volunteering and cultural development here in the Philippines. Please welcome to the show, Ms. Reynalyn Queen Dadulo. Queenie, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Norbert. Mabuhay! Greetings from the Philippines.
Yes, mabuhay. It actually means long live here in the Philippines. And Queenie, I am so excited of this for this interview. And today we are going to talk about what it really means to live an extraordinary life. And that's the core message of your organization. And before we go into that topic, I just wanted to ask you how this journey began and what made you decide to pioneer something different here in our country.
Yeah, thank you, Norbert. Perhaps I would begin with my background, my professional background. I worked in the government with the National Youth Commission for 17 years, and it champions Filipino youth development. And with that experience, I felt like very passionate for the sector. I have so much hope and faith for the sector that I believe they could really be a champion for themes or opportunities when given a chance.
Tell us how GIED was born and what was the initial challenges when you were starting?
Yeah, when we started the organization, just like any other organizations, when you start one, many challenges goes with it. I think it's part of the system. But for GIED, perhaps when I started reflecting and navigating on this type of journey, I have the experience and I have the opportunity to work in the government for 17 years, working in the youth sector with the National Youth Commission. So perhaps somehow I felt I have this confidence when working with the youth sector and championing for any opportunities given to them. So the Global Initiative for Exchange and Development started with this mindset of looking at opportunities and possibilities to develop our young people, not only Filipinos, but looking at the whole sector in the world, like how our youth has lived so far and how they could make a meaningful life with them. So the organization felt responsible in a way because our journey with working for promoting international voluntary service is perhaps a good opportunity for the youth to look into, or for even our different types of citizens to look into with volunteering, having that kind of mindset. It's a value-driven, it's a mission-based, and it's very inclusive, and it gives anyone an opportunity to reflect, to look into possibilities if they would like to do service beyond themselves.
Wow. You said that you're in youth work for 17 years, serving the Filipino youth. And then you started GIED as part of sort of like widening the horizons to and opening a lot of possibilities for not only for the youth here, but also for the youth abroad. And I know, just like any entrepreneur or creative person listening to our show, pioneering something is always, there's always a tension in that. And as what you said, it was not easy. And as a personal friend of yours, I know that even you are comfortable sharing about that, but you went through some really hard challenges when around the time GIED was born. Are you able to share to us about that? And how did that situation carry you through in building this organization?
Perhaps I would say I reached my crossroads at that time where different types of situations happen at the same time. Yes, I had my critical illness and I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2013. I would say it was a turning point of my life. Many people would maybe look at it on a different way, but for me, I look at it, I reflect on it as a blessing. It is an opportunity to reflect myself and how I have been in the past and why I am at this point in this type of situation. So I had a young family. I have 2 children, and I was slowly working more securely with my work in the government service. But I felt like if I have a second chance, if there is an opportunity for me to have a second life, how will I live and what would it be? So these questions keep on repeating and reminding me as I reflect and as I meditate with the value, with the life that I have right now. And should I want to move forward, I keep on praying and meditating to lead me to an opportunity that will make my life quite purposeful, more meaningful. So I prayed and I meditate, and I felt like having a second life is not just for myself. It's not just for my family, not just to secure my work, but really looking at it of how will I become even more purposeful for others. And I felt like doing service, working in the community, and extending my life, working more in societies that are excluded, that are marginalized. I felt I should be able to navigate this kind of journey because this is how I felt like my life would be. So we started the organization GIED with that challenges, physical challenges, personal, family, and even the environment challenges. But at the same time, I felt confident, I felt calm and peaceful because it is like a strong energy that's navigating, that's leading me, that perhaps this is going to be a right track, the right journey, the right purpose for my life. So GIED started with a few people, but really strategic people like you and other friends who believe on the value of the organization. So we started to attract communities, to attract international partners that believe and see that we are really navigating on a mission that is profound and that is humble in a way. So that's how.
Wow, that's incredible. It's an amazing journey, and thank you for that obedience in your life that you just pursued. And I think your passion is really contagious in a way that it's also carries people with you in that journey. And I think that leads me to my second question, another point that I wanted to ask you about, like living extraordinary. It reflects so much about what happened in your life and in its organization, but like, how does one live extraordinarily through volunteering then?
Live extraordinary is a very extraordinary word, right? To like, it's quite ambitious and it's quite big and it's quite strong. But perhaps to live a life of extraordinary is a life that is purposeful, as I've said, a life that is well-meaning, living extraordinary not for yourself, but living extraordinary for others. For me, is more meaningful and quite interesting to use it, to utilize it as our brand. Not only us working in the organization, having this kind of lifestyle, but perhaps extending it more to others to live an extraordinary life and have that kind of lifestyle of selfless service, which is what volunteering is all about. So volunteering is a powerful, transformative tool for a person who is really reflecting and questioning himself of how he or she could become useful and could be of service to other people. And volunteering is a very easy, way or a very good option for persons who wanted to do service and really looking for opportunities where they could extend help for others.
Yeah.
And volunteering, as I've said, is inclusive. It does not need a leader. You don't have to be rich, as long as you have the heart for service, you have the heart, you have the passion to help others. Then that's how the value of volunteering emanates.
Wow. And that's so true. My life changed because of volunteering. And I think what I love about your campaign is that you're saying live extraordinary, but I think normally when people hear that, it sounds like a life of luxury, a life that's, like going on vacations, you're going on like food journeys and all these things, the non-normal, ordinary life. But then you're saying it on the other end, it's like a selfless service. But well, then a lot of our audience here are business owners and entrepreneurs, and when you're running an organization, when you're running business, when you're running a lot of things, you don't think about volunteering. So what do you think is the value that volunteering can add to people like who have influence, who have decisions to make?
I believe that leaders, in fact, have a very strong potentials or have very strong opportunity to even expand it faster than any other people, because they are leaders, they are influencers in itself. Volunteering, perhaps people will always like, it's just volunteering, or it's just like, what's new, or what's special?
Yeah.
What's special about volunteering? Yeah. People take it for granted because I can volunteer anytime, anywhere I want. But perhaps for people who are really on the act, so volunteering is an action-inspired value that is being done. So when you say, I want to do service to other people, so you have the word, you have the context, but volunteering is the act, is the action of the things that you wanted to do. So easily you can say it's nothing special, but for people doing it, they have that heart, and for them it is special. However ordinary they are, however simple the tasks are, the value of working on it is something extraordinary because it comes from the heart. It is their interest. They have this desire to do the service. So anyone who really would like to work on it, volunteering as an action of addressing, of supporting a community is already the values formation that you are doing, acting at the same time.
Wow, so it doesn't really matter what position you're in.
Yes.
So it can be any form of volunteering.
Yes.
So I think, when you, that's right, because volunteering is the action of a desire.
Yes.
And that's the catalyst of change. Wow. That's really profound. And I think I would agree with what you said. Most leaders already have that heart to serve.
Yeah.
But when they put that into action, whether it's volunteering, that is the game changer of everything. Yes. So how can people volunteer? Like, it's just so that it's understandable to us, like, is when I go and volunteer in a soup kitchen, is that already the kind of volunteering that you're talking about, or
yes,
is it more than that?
Yes. As a start, many people really would like to find meaning, or they have the time, they have the skills and they have those resources, and they're looking for communities to really extend these capacities that they have. You can do it anywhere. You can visit schools, church, community centers, even support environment project. You can do it as long as you have the time. You can offer some skills or your capacities. I mean, you can do that. For our organization, it is also something that we work like leveling up your volunteering. When you level up when you are already into volunteering, you start to search for more volunteering work,
That's
right?
True. That's true.
And the more you engage yourself, the more you become involved into many opportunities. You thought like it's not there, but then in volunteering, there are just so many, and you're looking for entities that can, answer or respond to your desire of service. And for GIED, we promote, as you have mentioned, international voluntary service. So inviting people around the world to engage on the global citizenship work or the global social work. When we are involved in our community, sometimes we wonder, is it enough? Or is this it?
Does it make it any difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then you think of something else, like there's a bigger picture. As you engage yourself, the bigger the responsibilities become. And there are indeed entities like GIED that can bridge you to this desire to realize that you would like to do volunteering outside the Philippines. Why not? You have the resources, you have the capacities, you have the time. There are just so much available work opportunities anywhere in the world. How you would like to be involved, it is all up to you. And GIED is the bridge for this type of interest for our people, not just for the youth, but for all those who have the capacities to do it. It doesn't only mean that you can only be engaged in your community, but in fact, the issues in the community could also be issues around the world. If you have that interest to go to maybe Africa because you felt like you want to do service there, then that's how we can support you, because GIED is involved with other global international voluntary service organizations and networks. And we have these partnerships that wherein we exchange and promote each other's programs on international voluntary service exchange.
Wow, that's incredible. And I think one thing that I realized when I was volunteering is that you think you are helping other people and you're changing their lives, but what actually happens is you're the one changing inside.
It's true.
And it doesn't just broaden your horizon and perspective, but it actually makes you more aware of your responsibility as a citizen of this globe. And that makes a difference. And Queenie, it has been an amazing conversation with you. What would you like to just impart or encourage our listeners about living an extraordinary life?
Perhaps it is very important for young people, especially, or for anyone, to live an extraordinary life is to live a life that is meaningful, to reflect on yourself and your capacities and how you will be able to contribute to these societies. We know that we have so many issues around the world and we are overwhelmed by it. But when we begin with ourselves and we have that seed within us, which is to have those desire to support others, then you are slowly capacitating yourself. And yes, changing yourself at the same time. Because volunteering not only supports externally, but more on yourself. The development within you. You become more humble, you become more grounded, and you become more reflective of yourself. And that is the purpose of life, to live a mindful and conscious life, living a life that is responsible and accountable, not just for yourself, but also for others.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. How will our people get hold of you and where can they go?
Yes, we invite our people around the world. You can visit our website, of course, with www.volunteergied.org. There are many opportunities for volunteering that you can navigate from there. You can also check out among our partners and look out for opportunities from them. And of course, we are also visible through social media with our Facebook, with Global Initiative for Exchange and Development. We are also visible in IG. They can visit there and check out what is happening within GIED.
Amazing. So that's www.volunteergied.org. Queenie, it has been an amazing conversation with you. Thank you so much for everything that you do, and we are cheering you on, and live extraordinarily.
Thank you, Norbert.
Thank you.